the 3, the small forward. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Middleton in at the 3. Could be a transition free-for-all tonight, Brent. What's your feeling about going for the open 3 on the break rather than taking it in for a higher percentage shot in a layup?
Well, nowadays we know that the three-pointer actually means more for any given team.
Analytically, you're right.
Analytically, yes. But Kevin, what I'm interested in is on a given night like this where we're going to see a ton of threes, what's the decision-making of the guy with the ball? Sometimes it'll be the point guard. It might be a wing player. But how smart is he at finding the right shooter at the right time at the three-point line on these fast breaks?
Making those big decisions. You're right. And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. And it's Bledsoe off the drive, and it's in there.
Bledsoe likes to get to the floater, especially with the bigger guys around the rim.
Rondo passes to James. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How much fun is it to watch this guy when he's on one like this? Loves to attack the rim.
And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
First in the East and overall best record with those 60 wins last year. Just a great season and a great playoff run by the Bucks. Unfortunately fell victim to a backdoor sweep in the conference final.
Now here's Green following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. James looking around. And the 3 off target. You know, Brent, the Bucks had never lost 3 games in a row all of last season until that Toronto series.
Think about how much that might impact what it is they rely on coming into this year, where they're not going to let that loss last year in the playoffs define them. It's a big learning curve. They had an opportunity. They were that close. They can hold on to that motivation all year long and get back to that opportunity this year in the playoffs. They'd be better for it.
Here's Davis, and it's sent back by Bledsoe.
6'1" guard, Bledsoe up there with the block. Wow.
Shots good by Middleton.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now that's some hang time. What a pretty double clutch move.
Agreed, Greg. You can afford to get fancy on your way up when you've got that kind of space. Now here's Young. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
It's weird to say it, but the sheer length of Giannis can put the defense in a really bad position. So hard to defend without fouling. Well, after leading the Bucks to an incredible year, Giannis Antetokounmpo wins the Most Valuable Player trophy. A very emotional speech that night talking about his family and his brother and the impact they have. But really, how about the impact he's had on the Milwaukee Bucks franchise and what kind of aspirations they have on the shoulders of this young Greek talent.
Now here's Rondo. Back to Green. 6 on the shot clock. 3-pointer. Sinks the triple. Last season, Brent, Giannis played like he knew he was the best. Even finishing off dunks by yelling, "I'm the MVP."
Wow, you do that well, Kevin. Yeah, Giannis was incredible. And I like the fact that throughout the course of the season, there seemed to be laser focus on every night, competing and getting better. He's just shouldering the responsibility of this entire franchise. I'm looking forward to see where his game goes from here.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off. We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space, just clanked it.
Bucks trail by 6, pushing it up. Finished off the break.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. Passes it to James. Stolen by Middleton. And now in transition is Bledsoe. Here we go. And Matthews gets it to go.
Again, floor vision from Eric Bledsoe makes dishing that basketball look easy.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Chris Middleton's an interesting story. I remember when he signed his first extension and talking to, at that time, his head coach, Jason Kidd, that Chris was dealing with living up to the contract. I think after that first season went by, he settled back down, got him into a position to earn this second contract. And now he knows where he belongs. He knows how important he is to the Milwaukee Bucks and their continued success and striving towards a championship for the city.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hill's subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. The Lakers with the ball, following the bucket by the Bucks. Pass to Cook. Cousins against Ilyasova, and they double up Cousins. 5 to shoot. Inside. No good. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. The pass to Ilyasova. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And that's Ilyasova's shot. He's a deep ball bomber.
To the inside. Here's Cousins. Lays it up and banks it in.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Bucks lead by 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well, I just feel like it's going in.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late-game situations.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Cook in at the point guard.
So hard to stop down low. Giannis gets around the basket, and it feels like within 8 feet he's going to dunk just about anything.
Here is Cook. No points in the game yet for him. And here's Caldwell-Pope. Teardrop shot. Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Well, he's got quickness, and he's got that frame where he's going to lean on you with that body and find a way to get an angle to score.
Hill kicks to Korver. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. It's back to Hill. Fires from 14, and he drops that one in. Hill's got his first bucket of the night. And the movement to bring the NBA back to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest. Brent, you played there half a decade. I know you've got fond memories. How much does that city love the NBA?
The Seattle fans are incredible and
knowledgeable.
Yes, and how much longer do we have to keep talking about how we want a team in Seattle?
One of the great cities in this country.
A fantastic place to play, to live, and the city is starved to get the Sonics back up there in the green and gold.
And they'll support them.
Oh, there's no question about it. So the time is ticking, and everybody's excited about the opportunity in the near future for the team to return.
Floats it up for Giannis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
That's a nice toss up there, so you got to like the timing. But, of course, that's Giannis. He's going to grab anything.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Well, he's not a locked-in starter these days, but Brent, George Hill can be effective off the bench.
Comes in at the 1 or the 2 guard position, can guard the 1 through 3 positions. And because of George Hill and his massive amount of playoff experience, there's a lot of confidence in the coaching staff to get George out on the floor and that he's going to make the right play at the right time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Ilyasova. Chris Middleton comes in for Kyle Korver. Wesley Matthews checked in for Pat Connaughton. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Hill. Rondo against Bledsoe. And the jam by Bledsoe.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Pass to Davis. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Even though Davis gets bodied just a little bit, he still knocks down the shot right in the defense's face.
Bledsoe finds Giannis. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. Bledsoe against Rondo.
This is why Davis is considered one of the best defenders in the league. His mere presence is good enough to alter those shots.
LeBron James on the wing. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Great work by the team there to find AD. They make eye contact, and the rest of that is history.
Here's Bledsoe. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Brent, when you watch Eric Bledsoe go to the rim, you just have to admire what an incredible finisher he is.
Well, Bledsoe, I think, has always relied on the fact that his physical stature, not in terms of his height at 6'1", but his width and strength allows him to go in there and be a bit of a bulldog, to get contact and to make things happen. So never has shied away from that.
And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
He's just such a bulldog out there in terms of his mentality. Eric Bledsoe can get assertive, and when he does that, it raises the level of play for the entire team.
Lopez with the steal. Middleton outside. Kicks to Bledsoe. 52 seconds left in the first half. Well, he coined the name himself last season. Brent, are you willing to call Brook Lopez Splash Mountain?
I am, but I think Brook Lopez was also looking for some kind of deal so that him and his brother could get free rides for the rest of their lives.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
And Eric Bledsoe drops them both. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Lakers. Pass to Davis. Outside Bradley. Lock at 6. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Lakers lead by 3.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Giannis trying to get open as Lopez. And that one's good by Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got 6 here in this quarter. Bledsoe against Rondo. James left side. A 3 from Bradley. A shot missing. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Los Angeles on top, leading by just 1. And a chance now to send it over to David. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period was 6 points. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they're putting bodies on people. If you just look at the rebounding numbers, you can...
And that does it for our halftime show.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wing. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Bledsoe in at the point.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
For Los Angeles, they have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Free throw good, Davis. If there is any concern for Anthony Davis, it's that early in his career, he has dealt with a lot of injuries. But, Brent, he does play a high-impact style.
You think so, Kevin? He's one of the top 5 players in the league, and at his position is absolutely exemplary. You think about it, 7 seasons in New Orleans with the Pelicans and 13 playoff games to show for it. A change of scenery, an opportunity in Los Angeles to play with LeBron James. It's going to be interesting to see where it is his career goes from with this move.
Here's Bledsoe. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 3 now for Milwaukee. Lakers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Outside Rondo. And Middleton with the block.
Well, the long arms of Middleton getting up there on defense and throwing that one away.
And it's Davis missing.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
And Giannis throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Kuzma. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Kuzma's got his first basket of the night.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Here's Bledsoe. The shot misses. And the Lakers going the other way now. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. In the corner, it's James. The shot from the low post is good. And now just a 1-point Bucks lead.
Orchestrating right now, Rondo should be playing with a baton.
Antetokounmpo against Kuzma. Pulls up on the elbow. Now here's Bledsoe. Defense right on him. A shot by Middleton. Wide open. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Lakers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Outside, Green. He kicks to LeBron. Pass to Davis. That one off the back iron and out.
It's really a tale of 2 quarters. Shot it so well in the last, but this one can't get anything to fall.
Giannis from outside. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. The Lakers trail. LeBron drives in, and LeBron throws it down.
LeBron exploiting the defense once again, knowing when to slash and gets himself to the rim.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
You take a look at Anthony Davis and his frame and think about his rookie year coming in so thin and moved around a lot by bigger, stronger players in the post. No longer the case, as he's put on a ton of muscle to that frame and continues to grow in the strength area along with his confidence. That's helped him out a lot.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hill's subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Korver, no luck. After just one season at Kentucky, the slight build of Davis was a concern in the NBA, and the question was, would his body hold up?
Well, he's answering the question to some degree, Kevin, knowing that it wasn't a one-year process to get stronger and to put on that kind of weight. That just comes with physical maturity. Anthony Davis doing a better job of avoiding places where he might get injured, expanding his game to the perimeter, and hopefully some of those things pay off for his longevity for his career.
And the first one at the line is good. But Brent, you look at the size and athleticism of DeMarcus Cousins, and you can forget just how skilled he is.
Well, the interesting part about Cousins, and as his career goes on, especially coming off the injury, Kevin, what does he rely on? Well, when he came into the league, as you said, he had that skill set. He's going to rely more and more on that ability to shoot the ball and to still make plays so that he's still an impact player in the NBA.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. Now Daniels. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
And the Lakers with some changes. James checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Avery Bradley comes in for Troy Daniels. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Quinn Cook. 40 seconds left to play here in the third. Ilyasova up top. Shoots over McGee. And there's Ilyasova on the assist by Hill. Hill's got 3 assists now in this one. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Milwaukee. Outside Bradley. Back to Rondo. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Rondo at his best, an elite distributor, setting the table.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the third. Now here is Hill. The pass to Lopez. Outside Korver. There's the triple. It doesn't go for him. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Lakers lead by 1. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a 1-point game. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Bradley is out there with Rajon Rondo. And it's Cousins in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Here's Here's Ilyasova, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. The Bucks making a switch here. Middleton's checked in. Here's Connaughton, guarded by Bradley. Can't hit from in close. Lakers leading by 3. Out left to the wing. Middleton against Rondo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Although he's a bit smaller, Rondo knows he's got to outthink guys on the interior, and that time drew the contact.
That free throw, no good.
Yeah, when Rondo gets motivated, and we've seen that now for a good stretch, he's as valuable as it gets.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. And the second free throw, good.
Now, even with one miss, he stretched this out to a 2-possession game.
Bucks trail by 4. Here's Hill. And Hill throws it down.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
And the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. That's his first foul. Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Hill. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. Green comes in for Bradley. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Kuzma outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's James. Great D that time for Middleton.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
Talk about versatility on offense a lot, but how about on defense? And he takes pride in making an impact down there.
And the dunk by Giannis.
Bledsoe becoming more and more comfortable with the role of floor general.
And the dunk by James.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Now Ilyasova, guarded by Kuzma. And Davis sends it back.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive end with that rejection.
At the line for your Bucks, Ilyasova. Taking 2 shots.
That free throw good from Ilyasova.
Yeah, Ilyasova with the height of a big man. He's very much at ease and has a great release.
The Bucks making a switch here. Matthews is checked in. And both free throws good for Ilyasova.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Kuzma with it. Outside Rondo. Over Ilyasova. Here's Davis. Second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup.
Well, AD defining the word clutch on that one. Huge shot there.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. You have to like what we're seeing from Davis.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
And the Bucks making a change here. Lopez is checked in. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Mike Budenholzer had some advice for the team during the timeout. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
1:52 left in the game. The drive by Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
Here's James. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
So he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And nice work at the line. I mean, when the game's this close, you have got to cash in on those opportunities.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Giannis kicks to Bledsoe. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Middleton outside. There's the lob, and Kumbo takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
It's a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. At length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
Kuzma left side. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Kuzma with the defensive effort. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. The lead is 2. And it's Davis missing. Here's Bledsoe. He can't hit that time. Great D that time from James. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Trying to find Green. He's got it now. Yes!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're trailing by 4. We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Los Angeles on D. Here's Antetokounmpo. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Big time shot from young Giannis there. He feels more and more comfortable in these big moments. And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
A relatively rare trip to the free throw line for Green, averaging just 1 attempt per game over the course of his career.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
And the perfect time to be perfect at the line. Only a 3 can tie it now. A 3 and nothing but a 3 will do here.
Nah, this is all from the perimeter and outside the arc here.
Bledsoe for 3. Count it! And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer.
Bledsoe and big shots going together.
Timeout called the Lakers. passes to LeBron. From deep. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we'll get going after. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then there's Bledsoe. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard position. Rondo is doubled. Outside, Green. Kuzma outside. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame, a smart block, if you will.
For three, Middleton. A rebound by the Lakers.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, Kevin. That's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Outside, Rondo. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Kuzma. And closing the shot, even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws.
Plays with such a fearlessness. Kuzma is terrific at staying engaged and forcing the issue.
So he gets them both. Timeout called, the Bucks. The score is tied at 58. We've got 1:55 left in the first overtime. As we saw, 4 quarters not enough. We're just over a minute into overtime. Kuzma against Antetokounmpo. Here's Connaughton. Passes it to Lopez. And here's Middleton. 6 to shoot. Bledsoe for 3. Second chance effort. Down it goes. He's one there from Antetokounmpo.
Giannis right now getting hard work done on the inside to get some extra possession.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. 1:29 left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Just over a minute and a half played here in overtime. And here is LeBron. And Kuzma gets it to go on the assist by James. 6 points for Kyle Kuzma. The Bucks have gone 2 of 4 on their shots here in overtime. Now, Antetokounmpo. That one misses. Nice D from Cousins. Kuzma outside. Pass to James. good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times. Yeah, not shaken at all. Green has hit a ton of big shots in big situations throughout his career. Difficult guy to rattle.
Giannis against Kuzma. Middleton finds Bledsoe. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Kuzma. And so they choose to intentionally foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Los Angeles making a switch here. Davis is checked in. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Here's Connaughton, and Davis sends it back. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
That'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're behind by 5. 11 seconds left to play in the first overtime. Guys, what's your take?
Score, then hope for some missed free throws or a turnover at the other end.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
Here's Lopez. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
He didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
Connects from 3-point range.
And he is not shy about pulling the trigger from downtown. Matthews has the eye and the confidence.